Lonely Attack on the Different World, web novel, chapter 100. Wouldn't it mean expulsion if a high school boy stopped doing high school boy things? Day 39, Morning, the Cave. I've been getting beaten up since this morning. With what happened yesterday, she woke me up today and we had breakfast together, you know. Then I thought it'd be cute to tease her a bit, and I said, "You were very cute yesterday," after which she turned red and began donning her armor. I was wondering what she was doing, and then she immediately started a morning practice. Instead of morning cuddling, it's morning stomping. And to begin with, she looks sexy even in her armor. She has such an amazing figure, the armor even looks somewhat lewd. I can't do this. The impact from yesterday is too great. One look at that hot armor is enough to make me recall what happened. I can't focus at all. She looks very dignified right now, but yesterday she was so lovely. The way she acted a bit embarrassed made it even more alluring. The way she seemed a bit hurt was also lewd. I'm being very hurt right now, though, because I'm getting beaten up. Is it revenge for the last night? Did I go overboard after all? Yep, when I checked my status in the morning, I got both high sexual vigor and insatiable libido. So I surely must have gone overboard. Now I'm the same as the president. I'm gonna die, or actually I'm dead, HP-wise. If it wasn't for Soul Ring, then it surely would have been 0 already. It's beyond a beating already. I've even seen the geeks waving hands at me from the other side of the river. I burned them, though, along with the river. It's impossible for a high school boy. The image is already burned into my eyes. Because of Rajangan, I saw everything very well, thank you very much. Apex thinking must have some sort of perfect memory function, as I can recall it in vivid details. Fighting in this state is just too much. The best I can do since a while ago is evading her bloodthirst. Also, I did the best I could last night. No, I'll die if I keep thinking such things. I'll die for real. And it also seems she has a voice. She simply probably forgot how to speak after so much time all alone. I'd like to practice with her, but I'll first have to survive this practice. She let out so many lovely voices last night. Wait, whoa! That was close. I almost lost my head there. For some reason, the armor's visor looks red, and there's also steam coming out. Was the armor actually running on a steam engine? I'm pretty sure I just heard a pshh. No, that's not what's important right now. Didn't I just teleport? Just a bit? If I didn't, my head would have been rolling on the ground. I was unable to avoid the attack, but the next moment I was out of range. That must have been teleportation. For some reason, every time I get any funny thoughts, a fatal attack comes my way. The face of the armor also appears red. Since she doesn't speak, she gives off an impression of a cool beauty, but in reality she is very shy. The type that goes on a rampage from embarrassment, and she is currently running amok. I most likely will die if I don't stop this. Sorry for teasing you, kind of, but it's true. You were really cute. Saying that, I very carefully pat her on the head. I recall patting her on the head in the dungeon, and she seemed very happy about it. So I tried to do that again. I'm a bit scared about losing my arm, but since it will regenerate anyway, I guess it's fine. Is it, though? However, the head is impossible, or at least that's what I'd like to think. If I managed to grow back a lost head, that would probably mean that I'm no longer human. The silver armor turned red. Looks like she stopped functioning. It seems I managed to survive somehow. Let's keep teasing in moderation from now on. Someone might get hurt, namely me. For starters, we entered the forest with me leading the way. It's a secret that I can't walk behind because her figure from behind is too much for me to handle. Okay, next time I should take her from behind. No, that's not what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking anything, honestly. There is bloodthirst flying at me from behind. Can't go for my head, okay? It probably isn't going to regrow. I'm not joking. As expected, the forest is filled with dangers. I should focus. Even though I'm a high school boy-like things are sealed from now on. More than a month passed already. I wonder if my attendance still allows me to be counted as a high school student. Is being summoned to another world treated as absence without leave? Thinking about silly things, I'm trying to somehow distract myself. My mind immediately gets filled with images of that mesmerizing white skin the moment I close my eyes, so even blinking is a matter of life and death. But her legs were so long, so beautiful, those thighs. Eh? Whoosh! Thank you, teleportation-san. It seems I became able to use teleportation after all. Though it bothers me a bit that the activation condition seems to be a threat to my life. Well, considering that my life is endangered every 5 minutes, I'm fine with whatever will allow me to stay alive. But isn't it too much to ask a high school boy to stop doing high school boy things? Goblin King wasn't home, so we are currently in a meeting with Kobold King-san. It's level 37 and is super fast. Its speed stat is over 300, though it is still slower than me, however. Since its movements are sharp, akin to a wild animal, it is hard to deal with, but I still manage to dodge them. Fending off the storm of claw swipes from the Kobold King with the gauntlet on my left hand and the staff in my right, I step in. And then I stab the Kobold King from behind with my staff, piercing it through. It went through its neck. It's over. While probing for signs of life with sense presence, I breathe a sigh. Using teleportation during the battle is a dangerous bet. A failure would mean stumbling defenselessly right in front of the enemy. I'm pretty sure I'll immediately have my head bitten. Armored Prez's armor also returned to silver color, and she is now nodding to the results of that battle. Looks like I passed. Okay, enough of teleportation. It's not a skill I can repeatedly use without considerable consideration. And today I have the least amount of it in my whole life. I can concentrate as much as humanly possible on another matter, but it would put my life at risk. An attempt to hide embarrassment more dangerous than a forest of demons might become the end of me. Since this morning my life is in constant cat and mouse with death. It is really close. There was only one king, so the rest of the training is conducted with normal kobolds, and it should be done ASAP, since there is a serious extinction threat to them. A silver flashes sparkling all over the forest. It's training, you know. Leave at least something for me. Please? Just a bit? Just a little? Just the tip? No, it's nothing. This flat gaze is so bloodthirsty it's scary. Kobolds are fainting from it. Just now, 3 of them that are standing behind her dropped to the ground. With this and that, the kobolds seem to have gone extinct. Let's go up the river, sweeping trash monsters, and then check on the orcs. One shouldn't drop their guard, but it should be fine to try out new skills a bit since those are weak monsters. Experimenting is important. The sun is about to set, so it's about time we go back to the town. We hunted more than enough, especially Silvered Armored-san. While I did get to practice and experiment while I was dealing with one monster, every other one would be annihilated in the meantime. Efficiency is one problem, but it was like I was training in the middle of a murder scene, which created a very awkward atmosphere, to which kobolds and I would from time to time sigh, unable to say anything. Orcs also were on the brink of extinction, with barely a few of them around, but they were completely annihilated. All while I was practicing with one of them? What about my sparring partners? As I thought, the monster deficiency of the forest is very grave. But it goes without saying that because of that, there is a massive quantity of mushrooms. I once again collect a whole bunch of paralyzation mushrooms. Is this foreshadowing? I also collected a lot of deadly poisonous mushrooms. Are these meant for a dungeon? Am I going to fall once again? Is this a flag? I don't remember it even working out. Now, let's go back to the town. I might get scolded if I don't go back for more than 2 days, and going back to the cave I might get in trouble in a high school boy-like way. Or, actually, I surely will. There's no way I won't. It was pretty close even during the combat. No, I actually restrained myself to only sneaking peeks at her. Even if I peek, it's just armor. It's not a big deal if I look at it right. It is still lewd, though.